This is truly one of the best mutton recipes ever. This dish has been made by my mom, and trust me guys, it is so delicious that you'll want to lick your fingers and the kadai as well. Hi guys, I'm Shivani Trehan and welcome to my channel Social Cravings. Now, like I said, this dish was made by my mom. So my sister was here for about 2 to 3 weeks from London, and she had requested my mom to make a mutton dish. Also, she doesn't end up really making these heavy dishes back in London herself. So she really wanted to have a mutton dish, and my mom made this dish after really long, and it turned out amazing. And that's when I decided that I have to share it with all of you and shoot this. So the other day we had some guests over and she made this dish again, and they also loved it so much, and I happened to shoot the recipe. So it was only later that my mom told me that this was a mutton which my nani used to make. So you can sort of say that this is my nani's recipe, like not even my mom's recipe. And I can't wait to share it with all of you guys. It is really one of the best mutton dishes I've ever had. Now, the best part about this recipe is that it's got really simple ingredients that you will find in every Indian household. Now, because guests were over, we kept the spice levels to medium. But if you're someone like me who loves spicy food and mirch masala, then perhaps you would like to add some more chili to this. Because obviously I had it that day and the spice levels were a little on the low side for me. Now what I do is I to add green chili, like, you know, I have the raw green chili. And guys, I have raw green chili like every day. If I'm having an Indian meal, there will be a green chili that I would be having. So I almost consume a green chili every single day for lunch. So yes, so if you want this to be more spicy, then please add more red chili to this. You know, basically the secret to all of this is just taste as you go along. The taste, flavor is the most important part when it comes to food, a lot more than presentation. And then see what all, you know, what ingredients you need to add. Obviously, I'm giving you everything with measurements, but yes. The only thing in this recipe is that it will take a little time for it to get made. Like, it takes time. Guys, it's mutton, so it takes time for, you know, for it to get cooked. It's not like one of my, you know, like simple easy recipes which you can find in the gluten-free section on YouTube. But you know, this is the other recipe. It's mutton, and if you want like the falling off the bone type mutton, like that soft, which we have done, like it's cooked that well, cooked to perfection, then it will take some time. But we are doing it in the pressure cooker, so once, like when the whistles are going, you can obviously do other things. And by the way, if you make this mutton dish and feed it to someone, that person is going to become your lifelong fan. And if not your fan, definitely a fan of your cooking. Anyway guys, let's just get into the recipe. So this is everything that you would be needing for the mutton dish. We will be taking 1 kg of mutton, 4 grated tomatoes, 8 big grated onions, 4 chopped tomatoes, some coriander, a big bowl of curd, 2 tablespoons of both ginger and garlic. And these are the spices that we would be using: some salt, some red chili, haldi, then cumin powder, coriander powder, and this is the brand that of Garam Masala that we would be using. You can use any other brand if you like. These are the dry spices, so some bay leaf, some cinnamon, star anise, and cardamoms, 2 different kinds. Take a kadai and add a big karchi of ghee to it.
Spreading it all over the kadai. Split open.
Just split open these and then add. So we've just used some of the dry spices. The rest will be added later on with the onion masala.
Make sure there's no water in it.
Guys, once you wash the mutton, ensure that there's no water left in the mutton when you're adding it to the kadai. So in this step, we are not trying to cook the mutton at this point. We are just searing the mutton on high flame. So once the mutton has moved from becoming pink to a little off-white brownish color, as you can see, so it means that it's been seared, just add some garam masala, some red chili and some turmeric to this. Now also add the dhania powder and the jeera powder, basically the cumin and the coriander powder. Now also femto the curd and add this to the mutton. Now we are going to let the mutton cook for some time and move on to our next step, which is to do the onion masala. And you can do these two steps simultaneously as well. Now in this we are going to do the onion masala. So we are going to add this ghee while the mutton is happening there. I'm doing this. Now add the remaining of the dry spices. To this we are also going to add one green chili, which we will remove later. Now add the grated onions to this and stir. So we are going to add 1 tablespoon of water and then cook the onions and pressure cook it, in fact, till they become absolutely brown. Now we are going to pressure cook this for 1 whistle. Don't forget to check on your mutton. We have cooked it for 20 minutes and now we will allow it to rest. And it will already begin to start smelling amazing. Similarly with the onions, it took about 20 minutes for that 1 whistle to come. As you can see, the onions are still not brown in color, so we have to cook it more. Now there's already a lot of water in the onion, so you can cook it on high flame. And if it starts to burn, then just add a little bit more water. Keep stirring the onions. We are going to add another spoon of ghee. So finally, now the onions are brown enough for us to go to the next step, which is to add the cut tomatoes. Now we are going to cover this with a lid and let it cook. Now the basic thing is that this is bhuna mutton, bhuna ghosh, so everything has to basically bhuno really well and cook really well. Now basically this is what it looks like, and now we are going to add all the grated tomatoes and stir it. Now we are going to add all the ginger and the garlic paste to this. Ideally it could have even been done before, but it's not a problem. To this mix, we are again going to add all the masalas. So we are going to add 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of red chili, 1 teaspoon of cumin powder, 1 teaspoon of coriander powder, which is basically jeera powder, and dhania powder. And then we are also going to add 2 big spoons of garam masala. So at this point we are going to add some of the cut dhania, coriander, and you can add some later as well. Now we're going to mix the masala and the mutton together. Now you can either add the onion masala in the mutton or put the mutton in the onion masala. That's totally your choice. Now we are going to transfer all the mutton to the cooker because we are going to be pressure cooking it later on. So we are just going to use that. Remember to scrape off all the masala by adding a little water to the kadai. Now we are going to let the mutton cook again for a few minutes. Now you have to keep stirring and stirring. Honestly, you can literally do an arms exercise while making mutton. At this point, you can also check the seasoning in case you need any additional salt or chili. Now we are going to add some coriander to this and 1.5 glasses of water. Now ensure the mutton is covered in water and we are going to pressure cook this for 3 whistles. So we are going to pressure cook this on high flame for 1 whistle and the remaining 2 whistles we will put it on low flame. So guys, all the 3 whistles are done and now is the time for the big reveal. Oh my god, it smells divine and looks so delicious. Now to this we are just going to add some more garam masala and some more coriander and that's it. Now check the seasoning again for one last and final time and check if the mutton is cooked. Guys, this mutton is absolutely ready and is super delicious. Doesn't the mutton dish look amazing and so delicious? I know you can't wait to have this. So go enjoy your meal. That's it for today. Do not forget to like, share and subscribe and wait for me to share some more videos with all of you. Until then, lots of love.